Tvet, loan and bursary application. Then there's a first-time application and subsequent. Subsequent means you had applied once before and you are doing it for the second time. After you choose that, you'll not be able to just start filling the application form directly, but you have to do a financial literacy. This one, it teaches you about what a loan is and what we expect you to know before you apply. Because some people do not know exactly what a loan means. So after that, you fill the application form. After you fill it, you print it, and then you check. It has a checklist. You check the list and see whether you have done everything that is expected. Like we have, you have to have your ID, your parents' IDs, or guarantors' IDs, or a guardian, and you have to have a photo, passport photo, KRA PIN, but not in your first year. That one you can give in your second year. So those are some of the things that are required. I will be able to show you how the application form looks like after this. So after that, you submit the application form to the nearest place. In this case, DOS means Dean of Students. That is the institution that you will have been called to. Huduma centers, or you send it, or you come and bring it to our head office. Oh, I forgot to say the other qualification is you cannot apply until you get an admission to an institution. So you cannot do this without an ID and admission to an institution. So sometimes when students fill these application forms, for some reason we find that they have defects. And a defect means perhaps there's a place you are supposed to sign, you did not sign, or some attachment you are supposed to attach, and you did not attach. So in that case, the application will not be processed. We cannot give you a loan if it is like that. But the good thing is, the reason why we ask for contacts in that application form is that we are able to write to you or call you or email you and tell you that your application form is missing an ID, or your mother's ID, or the passport photo. So you bring it, and then with that, we correct it, we attach it to the application form, and we are able to process and give you a loan. After that, oh, this one I told you about our maximum and minimum loans. It has been, actually it has grown. It started from 17, it went to 20, 25, 30. Now we have a maximum of 40, and the minimum would be 25, and maximum 40, and the bursary will be 40. And the beauty about this year especially is that part of this money will go into the student's pocket. We want to start paying some pocket money to you, the way we do to the universities. Before, all this money has been going to the institution, and the students were saying that they needed some pocket money because maybe you need to buy some food or pay the hostel, or it also makes a student responsible. When you get part of the money, when you receive it and you use it yourself, you are able to really know the value of money. It's not the same as when all the money goes to your school fees. I thought that's a good thing. No one wants to clap for me about us paying money. And the other good thing that has happened this year is that the government has said it will be paying part of, there's something they call a government capitation. They'll pay some money to the institutions directly. So with what they pay, and with what help will give, it will go a long way to making your burden lighter of your school fees. This one shows disbursement. Disbursement now talks about how we we pay the money. We used to pay directly to the institutions, but now we'll divide the funds, and some of it will go to the school, but the other part will go to your pocket. Application times are usually, they're usually in between August, and this year we are doing from August to end of October. Then we will start processing the loans in November and be able actually to pay. Some of them will pay in November, December, January. So what happens is in January, because Tvet, they take students in September, there's a January intake and there's a May intake. Sometimes if there's need to, we will open again in January for a month or two and give the loans as well. We'll open the online forms for you. And then, yeah, as we process, we shall also pay. And that is the end of my presentation. But let me show you how the application form looks like. The first part of the application shows it is, of course, the normal things. That would be your personal details, your name, your date of birth, and then it shows, you have to, of course, put in your ID. It asks about whether you're male or female, and then it shows where you come from. And then the next part shows the place of residence currently, where you live. There's a place it shows where you come from and then where you currently live. Then we go to the institution details. This is where you will go, the college that you have chosen. And this one has, you choose whether it is a diploma or a certificate, and the course that you are taking, whether it's engineering or whichever the course is. Please go down again. I've finished with that. But after that, it asks about your educational background, where you went to school and all that, and the grades that you got. Then it asks about your parents' details. That is your mother, your father, then your mother. And in case it is not those ones, then your guardians. On the parents' details, we expect you to give us their ID and their occupation, their contacts, and the income, if they work or they do not work. That is the same for the mother and the father. And in this part, please be as truthful as possible, because we have a way of knowing whether someone is cheating about whether the parents are working or not. So it is good to be as honest as possible. It is better you tell the truth, and in case you don't get the loan, you will come to us and explain to us why you still think you deserve the loan. We can talk, and we will still give you something. Because you know there are those details you cannot really put on paper, but perhaps when you sit down and talk to someone, you'll be able to explain to them, and then you will be considered. After the parents' details, we go to the guardian, or please. this is where you will sign to say that you accept all the conditions and everything that you have. No, it is the parents who will sign and say that they declare the information that you have given there is true to your knowledge. No, it is you actually who is signing that what you have given is true. Then there's a place for parents and guardians to also sign. And then the chief, no, a priest, there's a place for a priest or a kadhi. Then, why is that bad? Why is that part? You don't like it, or you don't go to church, or you don't go to the mosque? Anyway, the reason why we put it is just for them to also show as if, of course, they know that what you are telling us is the truth, but we have had a lot of people saying that we should actually think of removing that part. Me, I still think it's a good thing, but we are thinking about it. Then after the chief, we go to the commissioner of votes. That is a lawyer who will sign that what you have written there is true. What do you think about that as well? Okay, yeah, I have seen the parts that you don't want. It shall be discussed. Okay, please scroll down again. And then there's a place for your institution. That one is not bad. It is your institution signing that it means they just sign that, yeah, it is true you're in that institution. That is okay. Then we go to guarantors. This is another part that people don't like. What do you think? Okay, a guarantor. In our case, in HELP's case, a guarantor is not a bad person. What a guarantor does for us is, we just want a lot of contacts so that in case you disappear, we are able to look for you. So what we will what we will do with the guarantor, we'll ask them, Kwani Mary alienda wapi? Can you get us Mary and all that? And then they'll tell us where you are, and we will recover our money. So we don't ask for guarantors for the reasons that you are thinking. I don't know which reasons you might be thinking. Because you also call your parents in case we don't find you. So we have two guarantors in this case. After that, the guarantors sign. And for a guarantor, you need their ID and their contact. Now the part that is our new introduction for this year, we have put a bank account where we will send some money into your pocket. We hope it will be good money. I think it will be at least from 10K, I hope, as pocket money. And then there's the checklist. The checklist says you have to have a copy of your ID, attach that, copies of parents' IDs, or death certificates if that is the case, copy of payslip if they work, applicant passport size photo attached. Na msitupigie zile picha selfies na sijui zingine na, you know, a nice passport photo. Copies of IDs for both guarantors, and copy of KRA PIN cert. But that one in first year, it's optional, but we expect you to give us in your second year. And after that, there are those terms and conditions. And please be reading these things. I don't know why people don't read them. There are many, and their writing is small. But two things which people keep asking us about there, you'll be able to read them. One is, from every amount we give you, like if it's 40,000, we deduct 500. People ask why we do that. It's because we call that processing fee. So when we give you 40, you'll find you get 39.5, and you're like, where's my 500? If you did not read, you will not know. And then the other thing is, like we also say, in case you transfer or you drop us, you drop out of college, please let us know, so that we don't send your money to an institution that you left, because it becomes very hard to recover the money. Because imagine we will ask you for that money back, and it becomes very hard to look for that money. Of course, in the end we get it, but it is quite hard. So you are also supposed to tell us in case you transfer. And then the other thing, of course, it tells you that this money is repayable. That once you finish college, after 1 year, we give you a grace period of 1 year, we expect you to start repaying the loan. Our terms are very easy. The loan is at 4%. And because we give you 1 year, I'm thinking it's still a good deal. And the beauty about technical institutions is that most of the courses being technical, you can be able to do 1 or 2 things on your own even without getting employed. So with that, you'll be able to get a little money and be able to start repaying the loan. And the other thing is we have an M-Pesa number where you can repay your loan. Not my M-Pesa number till you send me money. An M-Pesa number where you pay the money to help. The good thing about that is you can pay even as little as 500 or 1,000, so that you don't stay out for long without paying, because we will look for you and we will think that you're hiding and do not want to repay this loan. Once you benefit from the loan, please, 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 it is good to repay, because once you repay the loan, another person is able to use the same money. It could be your sisters and brothers, and one day your children. And please do not be afraid of loans. I don't know why people are afraid of them, because what this does, it equalizes someone who can afford to pay school fees and the other person who cannot. It makes everybody equal, because you are all able to go to school and one day be financially independent. Thank you.